What's up, everybody? The Aharon here. I want to talk about how to figure out what you're worth. I'm going to title this, What Am I Worth? How to determine how to get paid. What am I worth? How to get paid. I think that's a good title. So basically, let's talk about worth. This comes from, guys, check out this guy. His name is Phoenix. He's on Twitter. Let's see, what's his handle? His handle is at they, THEYEMI _ Check him out, man. Really cool guy. Really cool personage. And he, nose is itching. I apologize. I might sniffle a little bit. But anyways, he is working hard. He's a good, I'm trying to remember the context here. Basically, he does a lot of good stuff, but he's not getting paid. And so he's wondering how to get paid. So this is how you do it. Now, I know, because I struggle with this. I'm not an expert by any means, so I'm not an expert. Don't think this is just what I've learned and what's been helping me. So, research this stuff on your own. There's a lot of stuff you can read about online. I've been researching stuff. But basically, here's how I see it. This is what's been helping me. So the way I get paid, the way I do it is, you got to understand, first of all, I had a worthiness issue going on where, I had this thing about, I wasn't worthy for money, I'm not good enough, why should someone pay me? And I also had this rip-off issue where I was like, I'm ripping people off. How can I ask for that much money? Because that's ripping someone off. So I had some money lies inside of me. It was inside my psychology. And so as a result, psychology creates behavior. So what you want to do is you want to kind of discover deep inside what's really going on. I do a little thing called backward walking. I create a little backward walking game. If you want to learn more about that, send me just throw a comment there and say backward walking game, and I'll reach out to you and tell you all about it. You can kind of follow me on social. I think on Facebook, I might talk about it a little bit on Facebook if you want to just kind of look around there. But for easiest results, just send a little thing on the bottom and say, game, something like that, and then I'll know, okay. And then I will connect with you and I'll tell you all about it. But yeah, it's a pretty awesome game. It's a little backward walking thing you can do. Backward walking is an amazing science that no one even knows about, really, except for China, Japan, and India. Those are the three countries that know about it. China especially. This is part of a lot of Chinese religions. Backward walking was a spiritual practice they did. They believe it reverses karma. It de-ages you. It helps you change your destiny, is what the Indians believe. People from the mystics from India. So there's a lot of truth to that. I've been doing it for about a year now, and my whole life has changed from it. So, anyways, I made a game out of it, so it's kind of has some context to it. So hit me up on that if you're interested. But yeah. So anyways, so discover you probably have some worthiness issues going on inside of you. Now here's a way to battle that. So you got to understand what worth is. Okay, there's two types of worths. We have intrinsic worth, which is internal worth. And the truth is that you are infinite and you have infinite possibilities. Your internal worth is infinite because you are infinitely capable of doing anything you want. Of course, you're like, well, hey, I'm a human being, I die. That's true, but I believe that after death, we actually move on. And so we get to go to another place and we get to experience something different. That's what I believe. You don't have to believe that or not. This is kind of a philosophy. It's a philosophy that helps. But anyways, that's how I see it. But the truth is you all have infinite potential. Okay, you're infinite, and you have infinite self-worth. Okay, all those thoughts, all those things that say that you're not worthy, you're not good enough, that's bullcrap. That's lies. Okay, I'm a Christian, so I believe that comes from the devil. It's darkness. It's lies. It's designed to keep you down. It's designed to destroy you. But it's actually there. It's just part of reality, okay? But you can train yourself to get rid of that stuff. Another thing you can do is you can 3 times a day talk about what you're grateful for. R.C. Clark on Facebook. R.C. Clark, follow him. He's a really smart guy, and he talks about 3 times a day he says stuff. He'll say stuff like, I love the fact that I have a body. I love my body. I love that I just had some food. If he just ate. Or he says, I love that I can breathe. and he gets in this attitude of gratitude. Okay, that puts you in a place of abundance, a place where you're rewiring your brain to realize that there's infinite worth out there, and you are infinite. You are an infant. You are a child of God, I believe. You are literally a child of Heavenly Father and Heavenly Mother. You came from heaven. I believe you came from heaven. You came down to this earth. And you're living in this mortality during this time frame to learn and grow and have certain experiences. That's what I believe. Incorporate that into your belief system, however your belief system is. I'm not trying to tell you to change your belief system, other than realizing that you are infinite. You have infinite worth, and that takes some training. Okay. But now here's something you gotta understand. The market will pay you what you're worth. Okay. So let's say if you're a web developer, or web designer. So I do some web designing, and I'm new at it. So it's like, okay, well, I'm new at it, so it shouldn't be worth that much money. Okay, that's a fair, honest, reasonable thing to think, right? So how much would it be worth? Well, think of it this way: if you can build a website for someone and you meet all the criteria that your customer wants, then it should be worth whatever that customer is willing to pay anybody else. It doesn't matter whether you're a new person or whether you're an expert. Right? If you can create the same quality work, then it's worth whatever that quality work is worth. So a website in my country, I'm from the United States, an Idaho area. Some places in the United States it's worth more because there's just more money going around. Some places it's worth less. I did this out. I did work for a client. You can check out their website, poly-lift.com, and you can kind of see what I did. And I got paid about $2,000 to build that whole website. Okay, I didn't do any SEO. I mean, I've done some of it. I didn't really know a lot about SEO at the time. I'm actually learning it more, and I'm coming back and offering it for them. So, but they have their things set up where they're getting radio ads, and their website was just terrible. They want something to look much prettier, much more informative, so people aren't so turned off by their they did something on GoDaddy. It was like confusing, and it didn't make it made sense, but it was just like a lot of words. It wasn't very sellable. So I did all the copy on it. I did all the copywriting, which had value. They loved it, and I put the pictures on there, and I try to make it look all pretty and lined everything up, put the buttons, the call to action buttons on everything. So I got paid about $2,000 for that. So if you can create something like that, and then you're working for a client like I worked for, $2,000 is what it's worth. That's a fair price. So what you want to do is you want to figure out what you're good at, figure out what the market's willing to pay. So look at maybe your competitors, or look at like other web designers. Ask them, how much do you charge, and figure that out. And then when you go to these companies, you deal with some of these. These companies some of these guys are just mean. They're just whatever. But you're gonna say to them, say, hey, always focus on value. Say, hey, this is what I provide. This is what it's worth, and then establish what it's worth. Okay, that's the first part of negotiation. Is you want to figure out, you want to establish what both people agree something is worth, okay? And that's obviously by the value bringing. One thing I recommend is always be open and honest, guys. Be smart. Don't let people screw you over, but just be honest and open with people. And people that are trying to screw you over, just get rid of them. They're worthless. And when you start doing these mental things, people will start coming in your life that are actually, because your thought wavelengths attract people of a similar nature. So if you think you're low self-worth, guess who comes in your life? People that think the same way. That's just birds of a feather flock together. That's just how it works. So what you want to do is you want to, when you start thinking you're better, not that you're prideful, but you're like realizing that you are a worthy person, then people around you that want to do business with you will be in the same state of mind. So it will become easier and easier. People aren't going to be like scarcity. You're going to be an abundance mindset. You realize there's more than enough. You exist. You're breathing right now. You don't need any money right in this moment. You're just breathing. If you need some food, you can grab an apple. Wherever. I know some countries are not as fortunate as America, but you know what I mean. You are breathing. You can just be aware of that and have that gratitude, that gratefulness, and love that you have those abilities. Love the ability to think, love the ability to understand. So, anyways, but yeah, so that's what you want to do there. Hope that helps. Let's see. I think I nailed everything. Oh yeah. There's one other thing I want to talk about. So basically, you establish that line point. Okay, this is what it's worth. And now it's opportunity to negotiate, okay? So maybe it's worth, here in America, websites where in my market it's worth $2,000. Okay, well, maybe your client doesn't have that much money, but they really need it done. Okay, well, that's great, Mr. Client, Mrs. Client, whoever they are, transgender client, whatever. That's great. But the thing is that this is what it's worth. I'm willing to work with you. See how that works? How about you give me a profit sharing? Okay, so you can kind of negotiate that way. And, and then also it's like this. Maybe you don't need to make that much money. Maybe this is where business finances and just personal finances are so important. Maybe you need like X amount of dollars to survive. Maybe, for the next month you need like maybe $1,000. So really, you just need $1,000 out of it just to survive. So you're willing to go down to $1,000 because you want the work. So you tell them, okay, well, this is worth $2,000. Make sure they know that. Make sure it's clear. This is what it's worth. Because sometimes you have to educate your clients because they don't know. They think, especially if they're in a scarcity mindset, they're thinking, oh, I can't afford nothing. They're just like you. They're just like, maybe you're thinking, I'm not worth anything. Well, I'm not worth anything, so I can't afford anything fancy. But I need fancy because I want to grow my business. Everybody wants, it's an investment. You know what I mean? It's like, and people if they're going to get a return on it, they'll pay whatever, as long as you can make them money. If they have money to pay, they're going to pay more, especially smart people that are in abundance mindset. They realize money is just an exchange of value. It has nothing, that's nothing else. Whether it's $1 million or $1, it's the same thing. It's exchange of value. And if I can give you $1 million and you turn my $1 million into $2 million by your creativity, I'm going to give you $1 million. That's like investment. That's like banking. You see how that's kind of how that's the investor mind. That's the business builder mind, So you got to be thinking that way. So anyways, hope that helps. And any questions, let me know. Like I said, send me a comment. Say, hey, I like this. I need some more help. I like some stuff. Guys, I don't care. I'm not trying to sell a course here. I just want to help you guys. And that's it, man. I'd love to partner with you guys. If you guys like my stuff, you're hungry doing some things. I'm always into investing my time with hungry business builders and investors. If you want to invest in me, I'm more than happy. I have a lot of projects we can do stuff with. I suspect if you're watching this video, probably not necessarily. Well, maybe you have money, but anyways, I can help make you money as well. That's all I'm saying. But I don't want your money. I'm not trying to sell you a course. So, all right, guys. Hope that helps. Thanks so much for watching. Follow Phoenix at THEYEMI_. I found him up on LinkedIn as well. Looks like he's from Nigeria. Freaking awesome. And awesome to see a Nigerian working hard. And I love seeing these countries that that traditionally have had these a lot of poverty starting to get in this global game of business, digital marketing and stuff, and just everything, because it's awesome. We live in such a beautiful time. You can literally be in Nigeria in a freaking hut as long as you have an internet connection. You can, and you're worthy. You got worthy, and you're good enough in the market. Your skill set's good enough. You can be making millions in freaking Nigeria, man. Like, you really can. So it's pretty awesome world we live in, and I look forward to seeing the world, seeing a lot of people coming out of poverty, and us all having the beautiful life that we all deserve. So here's to humanity and so forth. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Go slay the day.